everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time watching me, welcome. This is L3, and this is several RTSs combined because I have lost track of my invoices, first of all, because I've been organizing quite a bit. And I also went in and took out the duplicates of these ones I'm about to talk about because this video would be super long. They're already long, but way longer. Which brings me to say that for L3, since I'm ordering a lot, like a lot of us are, I'm not going to flip the video so it looks right to you. I'm going to just leave it the way it films, just because they're so long. It takes my phone sometimes over an hour, and I can't use it in the meantime because it messes it up. My phone's almost 4, and I'm getting one this year, a new one this year. I'm just stubborn with it. So I wanted to sit down and get this filmed. It's Friday night. Happy weekend, guys. Happy weekend. It's been the last couple of weeks has been quite challenging for me. Last video I did, I think, for L3 was my Scuba-Palooza, and I filmed that a couple days after I had my vertigo last week, which I don't recommend. And then this week, I'm not going to talk about it yet, but I will in a separate video. Just if you are of the praying kind, just please keep me in your thoughts and prayers right now, please. And that's all I'm going to say. We love each other and support each other in this community, so love me right now, just without saying any more. Okay, I wanted to get that out of the way first. L3. Owned by Jennifer Westing from Junction City, Oregon. It's almost, let's see, 4 months, almost 4 months until Jen closes her doors, and I am still heartbroken over it. Heartbroken a lot lately, but this weekend I have to go to a funeral tomorrow. Just a short explanation. I work in healthcare. And I'm not a clinical person. I have worked in a clinic, but I'm not a clinical person. I'm in the background. A really well-respected, really incredible surgeon passed away suddenly earlier this week that I personally had a working relationship with. And I have to go tomorrow to the viewing, and it's going to be absolutely enormous. And Marty's going with me. And it's kind of, I'm going to see a lot of my old coworkers, which isn't bad. I'm actually excited to see them, but you know, under the circumstance, it's terrible. But that's kind of been weighing on me this week, and then some other things going on. But I'm saying that in this video because I know a lot of you guys watch L3, and I'm quite active in that group, and I haven't been the last couple of weeks just because we went out of town last weekend. We ran up to Island Park near Yellowstone, and we, played around up there for a few days, and then this week has just been a giant blur. But I'm here talking about fun stuff, Friday night fun with L3. So let's go ahead and dig in. I had to just, put that out in the universe. So thank you. Like I said, these are, I think, probably 3 different orders. I think these are mostly from 2. I do have another video I'm going to film for L3. That is my second batch of customs I've had for a while. I just haven't had the opportunity to film. And I just got caught up again for customs. I know I'm that person that signed up not that long after the last time. But this past time I got 26 different blends. I'm not getting anywhere near that this next time. I gotta reel it in, baby. So let's go ahead and just talk about some wax, and let's keep it fun. So, okay, no particular order. I got a bunch of shapes. I have scoops in here, trig tarts, bunts, fluted tarts. What the hell else do I have in here? We have puppy packs. We have Maybe some mini loaves. Yes, mini loaves down in here. This is definitely my hotel resort sampler. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Not the sampler. I still have to do those videos too. It's just I've got to go look at all of the notes so I give a really good video for you guys, because Jen has it planned to offer the resort scents again, some of the high-end scents. So I haven't forgotten. It just takes a little bit of time for that one. This is my resort sampler, and I keep saying that, the resorts RTS, you know, that one. This is, oh man, this is multiple. I'm just gonna go with it. So pardon me if I'm a little flighty. I'll tone it down. So okay, if you're watching me this long after I started my channel, you know, you know my personality. So I kind of go with the flow for the most part. Okay, I have my little samples in here, which I did not put them away. I kept them so I can talk about them afterwards. I took them out of the little baggie, of course, that comes in. So, what do I want to start with? Let's just start on top. This first one is Purple Sandalwood, Boom Boom, and Palo Santo. This is Tamika's, one of her previous customs. I think she was also caught up on the list with me, and there are a bunch of other ones that were caught up. Maybe even Christy's in there. So all three of us admins are, it's custom time. This is a blend. I didn't even know that L3 had Purple Sandalwood. Jen has an infinite amount of oils, it seems like, because as you know, she's been just knocking it out of the park, home run, grand slam, ever since she announced that she's closing, at least in my opinion. And I'm seeing a lot of blends that's being poured in all these oils. I'm like, man, I didn't know she had that. Or, man, that's a really good one. I'm going to have to try that. Or I have an infinite long draft email of where I put my blend ideas down. And so I always am going in and adding down, oh, I like this one. Oh, I like that oil. That would be better with this, kind of a thing. So Purple Sandalwood, this blend actually, I think the RTS that happened last Friday, I think that one had this blend in it. I think I grabbed it again, honestly, because I'll tell you something. I don't know what's in Purple Sandalwood, but I know what's in Boom Boom, and I know it's in Palo Santo. Jen has the best Palo Santo oil, I think, of any vendor that I've tried. And I know a lot of you are in love with Palo Santo. I really only like Jen's. And I liked Sassy Girls, but, you know, she's not in commission right now. Palo Santo is a tough sell for me. And but I do like it with L3. And I'm trying to grab some more Palo Santo blends before Jen closes, just because I haven't really been bringing them into my collection. I've been concentrating on lavender, which that's never going to go away, but lavender and strawberries and bakeries. I want to start bringing in the Palo Santos where it can be a little sultry, a little earthy. I like those ones. So that's why I thought I would grab this. And Boom Boom, if you are a Boom Boom person, what I smell in here is, I smell Boom Boom. The integrity of Boom Boom is here. But there's a little something extra, and that something extra is the Purple Sandalwood. I don't know what that's supposed to smell like. Like I said, I didn't even know this oil existed. I'm going to have to ask Tam, how did she find out about Purple Sandalwood, because it's pretty darn good. This Palo Santo is in here underneath, but this is just it's a really feminine version of Boom Boom. I wouldn't call it perfume, no. I wouldn't call it something as sweet as pink sugar or even cotton candy, no. It's just it's a different take on Boom Boom, and it's not sandalwood like you think sandalwood. It's something a little different. So this in right out of the park, I picked a tough one. This is going to be a tough to describe video because these hotel blends are in here, and these are tough even for me. You know, anybody really can have a hard time describing some of these ones. So this one, if it comes back again and you're interested in any of these, give this a try. I think you'll be pleased, because it's a pleasant, beautiful fragrance, really. This next one, Pie Crust, Pink Sugar, and Sweet on Paris. I have been having a love affair with Sweet on Paris lately, and it's funny because it's been around ever since I've been in the wax world, and it's a old Bath and Body Works scent, but I just have ignored it because I didn't get it until, the last couple of months. That and Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, believe it or not. The two that I have stayed away from for a long time, I'm wanting more and more, give me more, kind of a thing. So this one here, the Pink Sugar Pie Crust, is part of one of my favorite L3 blends, which is Pink Sugar Pie Crust Warm Vanilla Sugar. So whoever created this one, or this was just either a customer request or the brains over at L3 chose this one. They put the Sweet on Paris in the place of warm vanilla sugar. So if you have ever smelled the Pink Sugar Pie Crust Warm Vanilla Sugar, when you smell this, you smell that. But the Sweet on Paris just gives a little bit more of a fruity vibe to it because it does have the raspberry in there, and I think there's a couple of other, there's raspberry definitely, there's a couple other fruits in there. I think, I can't remember right now, apricot maybe. I don't think peach, but some beautiful concoction that the brains at Bath and Body Works figured out how to make. I like this because even though I'm not crazy in love with pink sugar, I do like pink sugar and pie crust together. If you had never tried it before, it takes that pie crust, just tones down that sickeningly sweet pink sugar that it can be sometimes. So this Sweet on Paris, I really like this. I'm getting the pink sugar pie crust. The Sweet on Paris does come alive more when it hits the heat, in my opinion, and at least in my home. So this one here, I really am glad I tried this one. And I love this pink. This pink does stain your warmers. Just letting you know if that's something that triggers you. Okay, next let's do a puppy pack. We have cherry frosted zucchini bread, which I bought some more of this, I think, in the box that's supposed to be arriving tomorrow. So this one here is, I got this because cherry is not scary to me. I love cherry. I love zucchini bread. Bring it on, baby. So this smells like beautiful maraschino cherry with that beautiful, fantastic zucchini bread oil that Jen has. If you are not a zucchini bread fan, this one, it doesn't have that corn chip vibe to it, or feet, which grosses me out, but it is what it is. It doesn't really have that striking right off the bat. Sometimes you can smell a zucchini bread blend and it's sharper. I think I'll use the word sharper. This is creamy cherry, maraschino, nice sweet cherry with zucchini bread. Next, this one is agave lime, cool cucumber, and garden mint. Cool cucumber and garden mint are some of my favorite oils. I made a custom with these ones a while ago. Agave lime. Lime is strange in my house, but I got this because I thought, you know what, I've had the cucumber and the garden mint together, and it's gorgeous. I love it. I think my blend was cucumber, garden mint, spearmint, and marshmallow. I think that's what my blend was. I have a lot in my head and on on paper, so I thought that the addition of the agave lime, it's not going to be like a bakery lime. It's more, it makes me think of a lime margarita, really, where you have the agave and you have the lime together. It just, makes me think of that. It might not even be what it is, but it makes me think of it. But this smells, you can really smell that cucumber and mint. And the lime, I'm not getting too much of the lime. This is heavy-handed with the cucumber and the garden mint, but this is a beautiful, refreshing fragrance. This could be used right now, where some parts of the country are warm, and some parts here. It snowed all week. It snowed in May here in Utah. Yes, ma'am. It snowed. I took my winter coat, my North Face coat, up to Yellowstone, and I wore it most of this week. It was cold. And my heat is still running today. And then some places in the country have their air on. So temperamental and fickle the Mother Nature is. But this one is just, it's great for this time of year. It's great for summertime. It's great for cleaning day. It's just, it's a very versatile fragrance. This next one here I was interested in. This is baby powder and champagne. Baby powder. That's another fragrance or oil I didn't know Jen had. I knew she had Love's Baby Soft, which I have used in a custom that I'm going to be filming after this or sometime tomorrow, sometime this weekend. I love the scent of baby powder. It's delicious. Baby powder, Madagascar vanilla, and fresh cut roses. That's my blend, actually. I know I love my roses. I do. So this is baby powder and champagne. And what intrigued me about this is I think this was a custom overpour. And I'm not a champagne fan. I don't care for champagne to drink, and I don't like it in wax. And in fact, Champagne Toast from Bath & Body Works is my least favorite fragrance. I would rather smell like BO than smell like Champagne Toast. I will not touch that. And I know it's so popular, and I'm the only one who doesn't like it, I think. But I thought I would give this one a try, just because I know how talented Jen and her team are, and Trish and her team are, with blending these. So I thought that baby powder, baby lotion, baby wipes, whatever you want to call it. Some vendors have those oils. They're strong, and they really can, be manipulated into sweet, into fruity, into just straight powdery femininity, which I like about baby powder. And frankly, that's why I bought this blend. So smelling this, I'm not really getting champagne. It's not bubbly. It doesn't have that effervescence that champagne is notorious for. This is just a really gorgeous, delicate baby powder scent, which I like this. This is going to be absolutely a bathroom scent for me. This is going to be in those evening times where I want to relax, or it's just me and, Marty's out of town for whatever reason. He just got back today. He was out of town for golfing with his buddies. And so this is one that I'm excited to get warming. So that one is baby powder champagne. And the next fluted tarts, the last one I have, is roasted pine cones and cookie cottage. So cookie cottage was a blend that was created for the Christmas Advent calendar from last year, and it's a runaway hit. It's delicious. This is sugar cookie royale, Danish butter cookies, sugared shortbread, Nilla wafers, vanilla cookies, and sweet bakery dough, mixed with roasted pine cones. Now, roasted pine cones is popular all over the place. I also am a fan. I have created quite a bit of customs with roasted pine cones, and that's not going to be, that's not going away. That's going to be in this batch of customs I'm working on now. I love the creamy woodsiness that roasted pine cones offers. And I know a lot of you out there also like it too. It's not necessarily a tree. It has a creamy woodsiness to it. In some call Palo Santo creamy woodsy, and in some circumstances, yes, I think so, especially when it's blended with the bakery. However, the roasted pine cones give me any day, any time of year, any moment of the day, I'll warm it, because it's not pine, it's not air freshener, it's not pine sol, it doesn't remind you of Christmas. It's just it's a creamy woodsiness that's smooth, and it blends beautifully with bakery. It blends with just about everything. So what I'm smelling in here is you get the roasted pine cones, but if you've never smelled cookie cottage, next time it comes back, if it comes back, grab whatever size, the smallest size they have, and just give it a try. It's a good vanilla bakery. And vanilla bakery is a tough sell for me, because I want more. I need more. My nose doesn't pick up on vanilla blends, just straight vanilla very easily. The fact that there is sweet bakery dough in here, which has a little bit more substance to it, a little bit more heft, or heft, we'll use that. I like that. I like cookie cottage. In fact, I think it was on the pre-order that they're getting ready to ship, either next week or the following week. So a lot of you guys might be getting cookie cottage. I hope you guys enjoy it. it's a fantastic blender, just like any of the other vanilla blenders that Jen offers, like Don't Cross Streams, Fat Bottom Girls, cookies with the clauses. There's such sugar milk in it, but that can be a blender. There's White Elephant Exchange, and there's a couple more I'm forgetting, but like those ones there. Cookie Cottage is fantastic. So I like this a lot. It has that woodsy bakery vibe. So if you were a fan of Today is October 3rd, Palo Santo, Toasted Marlow, and Sugar Cookie Royale, this would probably be one you would like, but it's got a little bit of that woodsiness in it from the pine cone, which is it's a different wood than the Palo Santo, but it's fantastic. I am a roasted pine cone fan. Okay, let's do some bunts. Bunts, shall we? I have been taking a leap and trying some blends that I have never had before. Like all of these here that I've talked about so far, they're all new to me. I've had the oils before, just not in this blend. So, and I'm finding in my scoops that I'm buying, because you know I have 1,000 scoops, it seems like, I get a little bit of everything. I like my tried and true favorite blends, like blueberry muffin zucchini bread and pink sugar pie crust warm vanilla sugar. My grassy pants, I love my grassy pants. It's perfect time of year for grassy pants. I buy a little bit of everything in my scoops, but my have to have necessity staples, I'm reserving that for my larger loaves and my larger sizes. That's just what I'm doing and how I'm building my collection up, because Jen's wax has a long shelf life, at least in my experience. So I feel confident, you know, buying loaves and buying multiple of them, because I will chop them up. I'll use them for the next 3 or 4 years, 5 years. You know, it will work, especially some of those strong blends like coffee blends or zucchini bread, if you store it properly. So in the smaller sizes, for example, the puppy packs or the bunts, I'm trying some blends I haven't had before, because if I try it and I like it, it can be requested again if it can be made, and then I can buy multiple. If I've never had a blend before, I'm not going to be going in and buying 15 loaves at one time, because then what if I don't like it? You're just setting yourself up to be out of money, I think. That's my opinion. So this first one I want to talk about is Company's Coming. And I know this has been around for quite some time with L3. If you've been shopping with her for a while, this is a blend. I saw this, and this not quite this recipe or this configuration, but something similar is on my brainchildren email, my blends, my blend email. This is Febreze, Cotton Candy, and Snuggle. So Cotton Candy and Snuggle I have, but with something else. So the fact that there's Febreze in here, I thought, you know, I have never had Febreze in wax. Never. So I wanted to get this because Snuggle is my absolute favorite laundry oil. Even though it's a fabric softener, it still serves its purpose. Stretching my leg out here. It still serves its purpose in what it's intending to do, which is to be laundry and to be clean and fresh and make you feel ready to clean or take your laundry out of the dryer, you know, whatever you have to do. So this one, I'm not really getting a lot of cotton candy, but I really liked the fact that, you know, I love sweet laundry. Watermelon Spin Cycle is one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite laundry blends. I like blueberry and laundry. I like Fruit Loops and laundry. Fruity laundry, sweet laundry, I'm here for it. So Cotton Candy and Febreze and Snuggle, I thought, man, this is going to be really good. This actually, it's nice enough to get a large bag in customs for, because this is something you can warm any time of year. It has that. Yes, it's not like laundromat. It's not clothespins. It's not bam in your face laundry. Yes, it's there, but you also get the sweetness from the cotton candy. And I'm pleasantly surprised with this one. This is Company's Coming. Company's Coming. Next, we have Black Cherry Amaretto Pie Crust. Now, Black Cherry is a little bit deeper and richer than some of the other cherry or maraschino cherry or cherry jubilee or cherries on snow, and whatever other ones I'm missing in the cherry oils that Jen has. So this one, why I wanted this one is because I love my amaretto, I love my pie crust, and I haven't had black cherry oil before, believe it or not. So this one smells phenomenal. This is a nice, rich, it's almost like you're putting your nose in a jar, or excuse me, can of cherry pie filling. It has that richness to it. It's not maraschino cherry where it's a little bit artificial. It's richer, it's creamier. And then you have the amaretto pie crust, which, it's so good. This is, if you like these oils and you like cherry, this one would be one you would like. That's a good one. That's worthy of a larger size, in my opinion. Next, we have Dingle Hopper. This one is coming in my order. I think I'm getting tomorrow. Dingle Hopper. First time trying this. It's been around for a long time too. Fresh tropical fruits, sugared citrus, which is blue volcano, Capri type, the candle, and creamy coconut. Smells like paradise. So I thought, Danny likes this blend. And Danny and I like a lot of the same things. She does a lot of fresh, and she does a handful of bakery. I like that too. I mean, even though I do heavy bakery, heavy cakes and stuff, I also like fresh and fruity and stuff. So I grabbed this, and you can really smell the creaminess of the coconut, and you can smell that Capri, that blue volcano in the background. If you haven't smelled blue volcano before, the last place I saw it was, I don't want to call it a boutique. It was in one of my former hair salons that had a little boutique in the front. Like, find one of the chicer places and see if they carry this, because sometimes salons and boutiques will carry candles like this because it goes with home, home decor, home fragrance and stuff. And not only that, their clientele can afford it, So these candle, it's not the cheapest candle in my opinion. And so, but I smell just right down the line. This is blended pretty equally to my nose, and it's that nice creamy tropical coconut, not a bakery coconut. It's not toasted coconut. This kind of could fly into the body care department, but not really, because this is a perfect summer scent in the hot ass days of July. I hate July. It's my least favorite month, heat wise. And I love this. This is one of my new favorite tropical blends. So Dingle Hopper. If it comes back, I hope you try it if you like those oils in there. Next, we have Morpheus from The Matrix, Mr. Lawrence Fishburne. Herbal lavender. My lavender. Cucumber, honeydew, and whipped cream. So we've got quite a concoction here. We have a little bit of lavender and some melon with a little bit of cucumber, and to cream it up with that whipped cream. This one, y'all know I picked this one because I love all these oils. That's why. This is great. I'm not getting too much lavender. I'm getting a beautiful mixture of cucumber with honeydew and a little bit of sweetness from the whipped cream, but it's just cucumber honeydew. So if you've ever taken a piece of honeydew and a cucumber and eaten it together, that's what you're getting here. I wouldn't say this is like cucumber melon, because I think cucumber melon has, I think it's a different melon. This doesn't smell like cucumber melon to me. It has the freshness of the cucumber, but not the melon part. I think it's a different type of melon that they use in cucumber melon. Oh man, cucumber melon, that's high school for me. Everybody had cucumber melon and Love Spell and Vanilla Lace and all of that stuff. So I think last year was the 25th anniversary of of cucumber melon. I saw it when I went into the semi-annual sale last summer at BBW. And I thought, my God, 25 years ago, all girls had it out of their backpacks. Do you remember at Bath and Body Works, the body creams that used to be in the see-through tube with kind of the texture on the outside? I loved those tubes because you could get everything out of it. Now, I haven't purchased body care at Bath and Body Works for a while, but the tubes I couldn't get without cutting the top. The plastic wasn't very flexible down at the bottom. It almost wants, you leave so much product in there. I miss the softer, more malleable tubes of the 2000s. I really do miss that. And I also miss Island Nectar. Island Nectar was, and of course my exotic coconut. I will scream at the top of my lungs every year for that to come out of the damn vault. I love exotic coconut. Jen has the oil though. So that reminds me, I gotta get that on my list. So I know I'm kind of being goofy tonight, but I have one more bunt in here. This is Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, Snooze Button, and Sweet Lavender. Snooze Button is a lavender concoction. I don't remember what's in it. I've had it once. I prefer Winter Snooze. Winter Snooze is lavender, chamomile, and peppermint, I think. Something like that. I love Winter Snooze. This one here, it smells like Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds with lavender. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Sweet lavender at that. And the Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds just makes this even sweeter. So this is a really sweet, but it's a creamy, relaxing blend. I like that one. I have another puppy pack in here. Oh, this is one of Tam's customs. This is Mac Apple, Cotton Candy, Salty Sea Air, and Toasted Mallow. Tam used to be just bakery, and now she seems to be everything but bakery. I know she still buys her bakery, but she is, when I was getting to know her several months back, I would, tease her and say, grown-up nose, you got a grown-up nose now. Look at you go. I was so proud of her for experimenting and, trying a wild card. Throw a wild card in your cart if your budget allows it. You never know. Wild cards can turn out to be the best thing you've ever found. So this one here, I got this because Tam has an incredible blending brain. She created Cloud 9, which is Boom Boom, Sweet on Paris, and what's the other one in there? I can't remember the other note that's in there, but it's sugared blackberries, something, whatever that oil is called. That's her creation. And I've had it on 2 custom lists now. It's a beautiful fragrance. So Mac Apple and I are kind of we're kind of estranged right now, honestly, because Mac Apple just is too damn strong. It takes over a blend. It's in your face, bam. Sometimes it makes me nauseous. And so I haven't been talking about Mac Apple on my channel very much, but I'm going to be getting some fall blends here this next batch of customs I'm going to be working on. So I've got to get some apple in my life. Like, I have to. So be thinking of a fall blends and start requesting those when Jen and Trish ask for blends for their next RTS, which they'll start asking on Monday for next Friday. Just have your stuff prepared. They'll pour whatever, whenever. They don't have to just be seasonal. So get those fall babies going. I love fall wax. So Mac Apple. I thought the fact that there's cotton candy in here to sweeten it up, coupled with salty sea air to give a little bit of a freshness to it, and then toasted marshmallow. You get all of these notes, surprisingly. You can smell all 4 of these. I mean, well, mostly all 3 of these. I don't really smell much marshmallow. It doesn't register in my brain. But Mac Apple with salty sea air is delicious. It's fantastic. Mac Apple and lavender is even good too. Mac Apple, lavender, and salty sea air, phenomenal blend. This is an A+. Fantastic job, Tam. I'm proud of you for this one. This one, you get the little bit of sweetness from cotton candy. This is not a circus blend. It's not one of those fair confections that a lot of vendors have, the cotton candy and the caramel corn and the caramel apple. It's not like that. I mean, I guess maybe it could have a little bit of a resemblance to that, but it's got the salty sea in there, air in there, which gives a little bit of a salty freshness to it. So that's the best way I can describe that one. I have some Trig Tarts. Let's do these next. Clothespins. We're just talking about clothespins. This is one of the strongest laundry oils. And it's in good measure too, because this is just, it's just fresh out of the dryer laundry. Or if you take, I don't know if anybody hangs clothes out on the line anymore. Maybe in the country, if you live in the country and have the space to do that. Just that smell, that freshness from the dryer, and that sun-dried laundry freshness. I love clothespins. Clothespins is where it's at. Grape soda. I got this one from my husband. He loves grape. Grape wax is not very common. I am not a grape soda fan. He is though, but I'm not. I don't even think I've tried it in my life. I just know I'm not going to like it because there's certain things in grape that I like. Bubblegum and what else is there? Bubblegum and the real fruit. That's about all that I like in the grape department. But this, and I like grape juice. Concord grape juice, Welch's, light or diet if you can find it. It's tough to find. But this is, it really smells like grape soda. It smells like grape soda you would think smells like. It has a little bit of bubbly. It has that sugary sweetness to it that is all that added sugar into sodas. And you have the grape. It's kind of a generic grape flavor. To me, it's kind of like a Concord grape, so Welch's grape juice. And I got this for Marty, so I can melt that for him when he's home, so he can feel like a kid again. That's honestly why I bought it. Next, we have orange soda. Now, orange soda, I love this color, first of all. Look how gorgeous this is. That reminds me of macaroni and cheese, really. Orange soda. I like orange soda. Although, this is sad to say, but after I had COVID a few years ago, orange soda does not taste the same to me anymore. It just doesn't. It just tastes like it tastes chemical and like cough syrup. It's very strange. I love orange soda. Sometimes if I feel like it, I'll buy a 20-ounce bottle from the gas station and just test it again. Fanta is probably the one I can tolerate the most. I used to love Sunkist. I can't do Sunkist anymore. It's chemical to me. And the other one is, well, I don't think they make Crush anymore. Maybe they do and they just don't have it where I've seen it. I loved Crush. Crush was a really good orange one. This one smells like just orange soda. It's a little bit toned down from the bright fruity freshness. Like if you smell Fanta, that's stinging your nose with the bubbles, first of all, but it has a rich orange scent. This is nice. It's just not as concentrated as orange juice is, the orange juice oil or orange chiffon cake. So but I like this one. I'm anxious to melt this one. This one is new to me. Orange chiffon cake. Not new to me. Delicious, fantastic, creamy, rich orange bakery. If you like this one, now's the season to melt it. This is it's so good. I told my story in several videos ago about my orange cake that my cousin who was going through leukemia, she craved an orange cake from this bakery at the grocery store, and they don't make it anymore. They haven't made it for years, but this reminds me of that. Sometimes, I'm not in the mood for chocolate. I'm not in the mood for cherry, blueberry. I really just want a fresh fruity cake. And orange, this satisfies my bakery craving. Next is just plain watermelon. I love watermelon. I've got a lot of watermelon blends in my head right now. This is so good. I love this. Watermelon and peaches and strawberries are my 3 favorite fruits. Watermelon season's coming up. Watermelon is so good, so good. This smells like watermelon. It's got a little bit of a watermelon bubblegum, like the strength of the watermelon. It has just a touch I don't want to call this artificial because it's not. It's authentic watermelon to my nose. But it has a little bit of artificial in it because if you smell a watermelon, it doesn't really smell like this smells, really. You know it's watermelon, but to me, this has a little something else in it that the real watermelon doesn't have. But it's good. And finally, pie crust. I adore pie crust. There was another vendor today. There were 3 vendors, in fact, that had sales today. One of them offered pie crust, plain pie crust, and I might have bought a whole loaf of it because it's phenomenal. Pie crust is great alone. It's great blended with fruit. It's great blended with coffee, bakery, what have you. Chocolate even. I would blend this with brownie batter. Palo Santo. Today is October 3rd. Lavender and bakery is fantastic. This pie crust. Some noses pick up Play-Doh in a salty vibe with pie crust. I don't. So I do have pie crust in my life. This one, to me, does not smell salty. It has a creaminess to it. It's not like the Pillsbury pie crust that you buy in the red box and unroll them and stuff. It doesn't have that saltiness that pie crust has. This is more of a sweet creaminess to it. But if you participated in Pie Day, you should know what pie crust smells like because some of them are pretty heavy in the pie crust note. Okay, I have 2 matrix melts. These are 2 of my customs that I haven't done yet on my channel. This first one is Cucumber Bamboo. This one was inspired by a body wash from Corez. Corez is one of my favorite body lines. I use Corez and Perlier pretty heavily in my life. And I use Lubriderm too in the summertime because sometimes Perlier and Corez is a little bit heavy for the Utah heat. So there is a body wash I purchased from Corez several years ago that it came out of the vault, and I didn't know it was out of the vault. I didn't even know it was a vault scent, and I got it, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I've been using it sparingly. I actually just finished it up in the shower this morning. It was a big old liter bottle I bought. And I just keep checking to see if it comes out of the vault again because it's the beautiful balance of nice, crisp, clean, relaxing green bamboo with cucumber. And that's my inspiration for this one. And I love this color scheme, first of all. Look at that, how beautiful that is. How this one smells. This smells exactly like I thought it would be. I think this has a little bit more bamboo in it than cucumber, whereas my body wash has it's a little bit more balanced. But this is a really good one. This is good for me. This gives me that little bit of relaxation and that, man, does that smell good kind of a thing. This is great for springtime, summertime, cleaning day, anytime, in my opinion. Cucumber Bamboo. And this next one is Lavender Cream, Lavender Cream, Herbal Lavender, Riverstones, Roasted Pine Cones, and Marshmallow Fireside. This was another custom of mine. I think I named this one after the street that my dad lives on. I think that's this one here. Jenny Gilmore, I don't think she watches YouTube videos, but Jenny Gilmore likes to give me hell for liking Riverstones because she doesn't like it. I love all that herbal, mineral-esque stuff. Send it my way, give it to me. I love it. So when I hem-hawed back and forth on this blend when I was creating it, really, in my brain. I was thinking, I had Riverstone in here, then I had sea salt, I had sea minerals. That's another one she teases me about. And I ultimately decided on Riverstone because I found a mini loaf in my collection of Riverstone, and I sat and I smelled it for a couple of days, and I really wanted to picture, because I've smelled all these other oils in here, I really wanted to picture what would that smell like once it's blended with all this other stuff. So ultimately I submitted this, and I love this. I love this. And not just because this is mine. Whoever would have made this, I would have still loved it. You really get a nice kick of lavender. I love lavender cream. Lavender cream, I think lavender cream is what's in Dreamweaver. I think. And all of you guys love Dreamweaver. It sells out in 10 seconds, it seems like. I think that's what's in Dreamweaver. And I chose herbal lavender because my husband told me he likes herbal lavender. So I thought, even though to my nose, Jen's sweet lavender and herbal lavender are really similar, there really isn't much of a difference to my nose, he can tell a difference. So I put herbal lavender in here for him because Marty is the bird that got me involved with lavender, and he loves lavender. River stones, I just explained. I wanted something that was cooling, smooth, and relaxation. I was thinking of meditation. I was thinking of relaxing. I was thinking of that when I was thinking of this blend. The roasted pine cones, because why the hell not? Just put it in there. It's a woodsy, creamy vibe, and it blends like a dream. And finally, marshmallow fireside. I originally had regular marshmallow, but I thought, let's put the sweet smoky in there because marshmallow fireside can blend with a shoe and it smells great. This, I love this. I think I'm going to warm this tonight. I'm doing a warming challenge, a personal warming challenge this month, and I am warming one single vendor, and I have not cheated. Today's the 10th. I've warmed 10 days of this other vendor. So I'm not going to warm this tonight. I'm going to stick true to my challenge, and I will warm this as soon as June's here. Okay, let's do my scoops. Where am I at? 45 minutes. Yeah, long videos. L3s are long videos. Okay, once again, some of these are new. Some of these are not new. This first one, I think I don't have any duplicates because I took all those out before I filmed. Bitches at the Beach. This one I got 2 of in my Scoopapalooza haul. If you watch that video, I talked about this one. Bitches at the Beach. Gold Sugar Coconut Coast Copper Tone. This is one of the best blends that's a sunscreen blend because Copper Tone right here, that's a strong baby. Strong baby takes over, just like Mac Apple does, just like coffee does. You know, it's just, I like it, but sometimes noses are sensitive to heavy sunscreen. I don't get too much coconut in here, but this is just a creamy tropical vibe. Compared to Dingle Hopper, this one is much more creamy coconut. It's more not sunscreen, but just kind of like that, you know, sexy tropical island vibe where you have maybe some tanning oils or some lotions that are tropical, or you know, this even reminds me somewhat of tanning lotions I used to wear when I laid in the tanning bed 7 days a week. Yes, I know. In my youth, I abused this tanning salon. And some days I miss it. But when I met my husband 13 years ago, I was still tanning right in the beginning of our relationship, and then I quit. And I haven't since. And someone who started at 16 years old and tanned 7 days a week just about all through college into my late 20s, now I'm paying the price with some things, but it smells like a tanning lotion that you would use in that situation. So, Bitches at the Beach, that's my sunscreen moment when I want that. Next, we have, let's keep with the fresh here. Aquaman. This is another one that I got multiple of, I think, in Scoopapalooza. This is such a good blend. I love Aquaman. Aquaman. Ocean waves and sea breezes. First of all, love that color. Very, very, very similar. I can't think of the word. Very similar to what Aquaman would probably be if Aquaman was real. I mean, Jason Momoa doesn't look like blue. I haven't seen Aquaman in a long time. But this one, back to the wax. This is fresh, creamy fresh, heavy creamy fresh. This is not knock you down salty sea air. Sometimes salty sea air is a little bit too much for my nose. It's not heavy in that regard to my nose. This has, I don't really even know what ocean waves and sea breezes are, but it's just a nice, creamy, rich, heavy, aquatic situation. This one is a well-loved, popular blend, and it's perfect for this time of year coming up. Next, we have Lavender Peppermint Palo Santo. This one is having a moment too, I think. I got this because of the lavender and the peppermint. I've never had it with Palo Santo before, but this one, this has the nice coolness of that peppermint. I don't get too much lavender in this. This is just, it's maybe just a smidge, but this is mostly peppermint. And I'm not getting too much Palo Santo. This one is one I just wanted to get for nighttime or when I'm stuffed up or have a headache or something, to have a little bit of that coolness in the air. Next, this one, I think I bought 3 of this one because of Miss Tam. This is Vanilla Birch, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Zucchini Bread. Okay. When I smelled this, I thought, man, is that good. And Sugar Cookie Royale Zucchini Bread has been blended 50,000 times. It's, you know, everybody smelled it. Excuse me, all vendors smell pretty similar. But adding this Vanilla Birch in here, I haven't warmed this yet, but Vanilla Birch is one of those really interesting oils where it can blend fresh, it can blend bakery. It's a unicorn in that regard. I feel Vanilla Birch really comes alive on warm. It really does. It's kind of like Christmas cakes. If you watched my video, my Scoopapalooza video, I talked about Christmas cakes, where I think it's pine, buttercream, and cake, but pine, buttercream, and birthday cake, or pine, buttercream, and cookies, something like that. You gotta really warm the tree ones that are blended with bakery to really get what this blend is supposed to represent. And I know a lot of girls are out of this already. You really get the richness of the zucchini bread. You get the richness of that Sugar Cookie Royale. But what you also are getting is that beautiful just grace of the Vanilla Birch. I think Vanilla Birch is a very graceful tree blend. Birch is a great blend, but sweetened up with vanilla, it's even better. So this one, primo, fantastic. Next, this one is near and dear to my heart. This is books, just plain books. This one reminds me of freshly printed newspaper, freshly printed ink, freshly printed books. Just I could be buried with this scent. This is a beautiful scent to me. This just takes me back to my youth. It takes me back to libraries. It takes me back to just sitting and smelling books. I love the smell of books. And this one, it's tough to describe, but it blends so well with a lot of things. I have another one here, I think, that has books in it. Yes, this is Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw. Blue sugar, sugared violets, Earl Grey tea, and books. Okay. I love that gorgeous color. Look at that, how pretty that blue is. I'm getting the sugared violets very heavily in this. I get a little bit of the blue sugar, not too much. Sugared violets is still number 1. I get a little bit of the black tea quality that the Earl Grey gives. And then I get the freshly printed ink in here from books. This is a beautiful blend. Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw didn't get a lot of love in the movies, I don't think. Oh, I have another one of these. I forgot to take out the duplicates. I bought 2. I actually got 3 of the Vanilla Birch ones, but this next one, I just got to have more of it because I don't ever have enough. This is just plain zucchini bread. This is a blender for me. This is just, I warm this alone. It's so damn good. I love Jen's zucchini bread oil. So good. The beautiful balance of creamy with just a baby touch of spice. And then finally, this one is a new one to me, but I see it poured all the time. So I thought I better try this. This is Egyptian Amber, OMG Olive, and Palo Santo. I don't quite know what's in OMG Olive, but I think it's a Lush blend, or a Lush dupe, I should say. Egyptian Amber it's very rich, deep amber. I don't want to say it's similar to incense, but if you are an incense type person, sandalwood, ylang ylang, dragon's blood, what have you. Sandalwood, sometimes to me, it can be a little bit too overpowering. I like that this Egyptian Amber, it has that richness and that heaviness, but it's not as heavy as some sandalwoods can be. I know I'm using just something that's in this wheelhouse, this incensey wheelhouse that amber sometimes lives in. So this one is just, it's a very unique fragrance. You can tell the amber's there. I don't know what OMG Olive smells like I said. I'm not getting a lot of Palo Santo. This one is just, this one I guess, some people asked earlier today, and some other vendors, what are your wild cards? And I commented in one of them, I don't have any because I like everything. I'm wild in that way. I like everything. So I guess if I had to say what was my wild card of these orders, I would say this one, because I've never smelled OMG Olive, so I didn't know what I was really getting into. Okay, I have my mini loaves left. Okay, The Haunted Mortuary, another Books blend. This is Books, Marshmallow Fireside, Blue Sugar, and my favorite, tobacco. Love tobacco blends. So, what I'm getting heavy in this one has a little bit more of a blue sugar heaviness to it than the other blend that has the blue sugar in it that I talked about a little bit ago. I'm getting the sweetness of the tobacco, and I'm getting the books. I'm getting all of these. Haunted Mortuary, I think I have 3 of these mini loaves, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3. What Dreams May Come. This is Leanna's Lullaby, Lavender, and Spring Breeze. I think Lavender and Spring Breeze is a single oil, if I'm not mistaken. But I really wanted to get this because I love Leanna's Lullaby. I know a lot of you guys do too. And I think Lavender and Spring Breeze is along the lines of more of a laundry blend, and I get that. Like, it's not straight Leanna's Lullaby. Leanna's Lullaby is a single oil. It's fantabulous. This is, you have the fantabulousness. That's, I made that word up, of course. That you have that, but then add like I don't want to call this Fabuloso. I think there's Fabuloso oil out there, but it has almost like that type of quality to it. It's almost like you're putting a really fragrant liquid cleanser or cleaner blended with Leanna's Lullaby. This is just a beautiful, fresh, clean scent. I like this one. This one I've never had before. I thought, I've got to try that one. I am going to do everything but my resort blends because they're going to be tough to describe, but I'll try my best. Okay, I'm getting all the ones out of here that isn't resorts. Okay, just have a couple. Mac Apple and Grass. Okay, Grass. Grass is another one of my favorite spring and summer type oils. I love Grass. I know some people are afraid of Grass and Hay. Those are my babies. Grass and Hay. Jenny Gilmore. I'm here for it. Grass. It just gives a freshness, a sweetness. And blended with Mac Apple, it's phenomenal. Lavender, Mac Apple, and Grass would be fantastic too. So this one is so good. It is a strong, strong, strong scent. It is blended pretty equally with the Mac Apple and the Grass. So when I'm smelling this, the first thing I'm getting is the Grass. It just, oh man, I love Grass. I wish that there's those of us that like grass out there, but I wish more joined the grass party, because it's just such a great oil. It brightens it up. You know, it cuts the monotony of fruit and bakery and laundry. It's something different. And I like this. I like to give love to the stuff that doesn't get a lot of love. So, next, Dole Whip. I can't say it like Stewie, but Dole Whip. This, honestly, if you've ever had Dole Whip, it used to be only sold at Disney World and Disneyland. Not anymore. You can buy it. Dole sells it. Pardon me. This smells just like that. I think Dole Whip is pineapple and vanilla ice cream blended together. And it's good. Super sweet. Super duper sweet. Super sweet. This, I don't like all pineapple oils. In fact, Jen's straight pineapple oil is a little bit too acidic for my nose. This has that vanilla ice cream in it, and this is much more pleasing to my nose. So, if you're on the fence with pineapple, try Dole Whip. Now, you have to like pineapple, though. I mean, if you aren't sure if you like pineapple, maybe not try this, because you have to definitely like pineapple first. But if you aren't sure about pineapple wax, I would say this one, because it has that vanilla ice cream creaminess to it, like I said. Next, lemon curd, sugar cookie royale, and zucchini bread. Okay, so this one is pretty much lemon curd. Lemon curd's another one of those ones that take over a scent, but in a good way. And lemon curd is also one that can go non-bakery, bakery. It lives in both worlds. So this one, I've had this before. This is pretty, it's creamy lemon bakery once it gets going. The zucchini bread, I think it's kind of lost in this because the lemon curd just takes over, in my opinion. So that's that one. And last, this is Miss Christie's creation from Pie Day. This is Summertime Pie. I loved this one. This is watermelon Jolly Rancher. Different from watermelon. This is more of the candy. Of course, the candy. Watermelon Jolly Rancher, cantaloupe, honeydew, waffle cone, and whipped cream. Christy loves her fruits. She loves her melons, her cantaloupe, all those good things. So this one, what I liked about this one is it's got all this wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, in your face fruit. But then it has a little bit of richness from the waffle cone and the whipped cream. And I thought, man, so good. Because it cuts a little bit of that fruitiness to it. Although this is heavy fruit, it just has a little bit of a richness to it. And I love this blend. That's a good one. Okay, here's the challenge. The resort blends. Okay. I'm going to talk about another vendor on this video just because you'll see why. If you are a patron or customer, if you were from Sassy Girl Aroma, Julie got into into resort oils several years ago. She's offered most of these. They're named differently, of course, but she's offered most of these. So if you got these and you smell them, you're like, oh, I've smelled that before. I really think Jen is using some of the same oil suppliers that Julie has. They're high quality. These are high quality, rich, bougie smelling oils. And the only reason I'm saying that, I don't really like to talk about other vendors when I'm doing a vendor-specific haul. But I know a lot of you out there like the resort scents, and you like the hotels, and you purchased from Julie because she was one of the only ones to have the resort blends. Now, some of the other vendors are starting to get them. So I'm going to do my best to describe these. Although, unfortunately, a lot of these ones you have to smell, or you really have to go to these places. And I know that's far-fetched because a lot of these are in Vegas or in international. But I can attest to the ones that are from Vegas because I've been in every Vegas resort because I've been there many times and we're going back in a month. So here we go. This first one is Disney World. This is H2O. This is a dupe from some of the body care that's in the Disney resorts. I have never stayed in a Disney resort. I was at Disney World when my parents were still married. I was, the summer I turned 13 was the year that my dog Amber died, and she died a few days after we got home from Disney World. So I remember that. I was 13. The second time was when I was a senior in high school. I was in the band, and some bands throughout the country, a lot of the ones that are, I don't want to say top of the top, but just well-liked bands, are invited to go down to Disney World. This was when I was in high school, 20-some years ago. And I think they still do it. And they were invited to march in one of the parades through, I think, Magic Kingdom or one of the Epcot or one of the parks. That was the last time I was at Disney World. I want to go back with my husband. He's never been to Disney World. He's only been to Land. You got to go to the mothership, in my opinion. I have no interest in going to Disneyland because I've been to Disney World. You got to go there. So maybe in a couple of years we'll go to Disney World, but we also are planning our Egypt trip. So I should say we are hoping to start planning our Egypt trip. Why am I saying tripped? Egypt trip. Okay. Inspired by the Disney Resort's Bath and Body line, a magical blend of sea fennel and baobab sea oil, perfectly matched with young peppermint and salted air. Now, baobab, I think baobab is a tree that grows in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. The only reason it's sticking in my head because there was a beauty company that used baobab extract, and I think it's from a tree that's in that continent. I could be totally wrong with that though. This one, this is when you really deeply inhale, you can get the coolness of some of that peppermint. I am not getting fennel. Fennel has a licorice scent to it. It's kind of like anise to my nose. It doesn't smell like fennel, even though there's sea fennel. But sea fennel is not the fennel that we eat. So it's a little bit different. This would be what I think the Little Mermaid would smell like. It's seaweed, it's green, it has a little bit of saltiness to it. It's fresh, has a little bit of that cooling back sniff with that peppermint. This is H2O. Next, Bamboo Dreams. Inspired by the scent of Hilton hotels on the Hawaiian Islands. Green bamboo forest, crisp bergamot, fresh lemongrass, and green foliage create a cool mist before teak warms up the experience alongside sliced ginger. I mean, I think they have to have technical writers that make these descriptions, especially for these really tough, complex blends. This one, I have never been, we stayed not at Hilton in Maui. I've never been in the Hilton in Hawaii to know if this is true or not. This one I know is true because my friend Vivian said this one is authentic. So that one is real. This one, bamboo. Bamboo is a really strong note. It really is a strong note. So Bamboo Dreams. Bamboo is first and foremost here. I'm getting maybe a touch of lemongrass, but not too much. This is mostly green. So if you like bamboo, if you like grass, if you like any of those greeny foliage things, you would like this. That's where I'm going to leave it because this one's tough. We All Win. Inspired by the signature scent at Wynn, Las Vegas. Sun-drenched rose, wild jasmine, sea lotus, marine air, rain mist, and bamboo wood and musk. Very complicated, but Mr. Wynn, can't remember his first name, uppity. It's expensive to stay at the Wynn. This one smells No, it's not floral. It's not rose. I know there's jasmine in here, but this almost is, it's not as aquatic as H2O is. It has more of a salty aquatic feel to it. And I think that's probably from the marine air, the rain mist, the bamboo, the musk, all of those together. This smells like the wind. Okay. Miami Heat. Inspired by the scent of Delano, Las Vegas, and Miami hotels. Black tea leaves, toasted fig, tonka bean, vanilla, ground nutmeg, and neroli. So, the Delano. The Delano is Mandalay Bay. In the back of Mandalay Bay. Not the back, but behind Mandalay Bay. This one, if you like, I'm gonna compare it to a Sassy Girl one. If you like, what did she name it? Harbor Tea. Harbor Tea. If you've ever smelled Harbor Tea. Harbor Tea is supposed to be, it's not the Four Seasons. It's one of the classy resorts. It's in Boston. That has a heavy tea scent to it. This, I really get that black tea right off the bat. But it's a little bit hair spicy with the nutmeg. And you get a little bit of the fig. You get that sexy tonka bean. I love tonka bean. This is a tea scent. So if you like tea, black tea, white tea, green tea, any tea oils, this one would be one you want to try, because this is a heavy black tea. And why I said if you've ever smelled Harbor Tea, yeah, Harbor Tea, it has that same black tea vibe to it. Just unmistakable. Next, this is one of my favorites, and when I go to Vegas next month, I'm going into this resort to see if they sell this stuff, because it's phenomenal. This is Bougie Bubbles. Inspired by the signature scent used in the bath products of Resorts World. Now, Resorts World is the new resort that's in Vegas. There's like 3 resorts in one. It's gigantic. It's got a ton of restaurants. Huge. They were building it 2 years ago when Marty and I were in Vegas. So, this is Sapodilla, Ambrette, Evening Violet, Sandalwood, and Cedar. This one is tough to describe, but it's absolutely gorgeous. This one, Sassy Girl had this one. I don't remember what she called it though, to give you comparison. This one is almost like something you would smell. It makes me think of something you would smell in the desert, like in Arizona. It just has a, I don't know why I think it probably is the Sapodilla, because I have a soap from Bath and Body Works. I think it was called terracotta something, and there's another one. There's another. They did like a Sonoran soap theme a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, and it has Sapodilla in it, and I get that same. It's a warm, almost powdery desert vibe, terracotta vibe. If you've ever been to New Mexico or Arizona, like just that vibe that's there. I keep saying that, but this is really tough to describe, but it's beautiful. Beautiful. I'll shut up now about that one. Paradise City. Inspired by the signature scent of the Aria, Las Vegas. Lily of the Valley, jasmine, tuberose, vanilla, midnight amber, musk, and softwoods. This Aria is, I think Julie called hers Grand Aria. This is Paradise City. So this one is it's a light scent. It's not overpowering. It's not meant to be. It's just a nice grace in the air. Some of these resorts, you have to think, they want they want you to stay in there. And there's lots of people, so there's lots of different smells, and there's cigarette smoke floating around in some of them, and body odor and all those things, and just being realistic. And it's hot in Vegas, especially in the summertime. So this one is just, some of these are pow in your face, bam, as soon as you walk in the door, you can smell it. Aria is actually where the Princess Diana exhibit is that I'm going to go seeing, BC. I'm going to see. This almost has a bakery vibe to it, although it's nothing to do with bakery. It has just a light, it's a light grace, a light essence. This one, when it gets going, it blossoms. This is one that does not have justice on cold. And when it warms up, it's even harder to describe because it just oh, if you've ever melted any of these resort blends, if you've bought some of these or you got the samplers and you've warmed them, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you can just sit there and just, what am I smelling? It's gorgeous, but you can't describe it. And that's that one. Okay, a couple more here. Penthouse Passion. This is inspired by the Luxor Hotel. We stay at Luxor when we go in Vegas because my husband likes Mandalay Bay Sportsbook, and you don't have to go outside. There's a crossway in between the two because they're right next to each other. It's the one that's the pyramid, Egyptian themed, down by the airport. So this one is absolutely authentic. Towering bamboo, fresh bergamot, and cucumber mingle with Turkish rosewater, lily, and wild jasmine above warm bamboo, woods, and balsam. Lots of stuff going on in this baby too. Luxor. But this is there cedar in here? Because I'm getting cedar. I'm getting woods. Whatever the woods is. You know how if you have a cedar chest, or have you ever smelled like the real wood cedar, it has that freshness to that cleansing quality to it, at least to my nose. I'm getting that from it, but you get a little bit of woods, you get a little bit of rose water, you get a little bit of fresh cucumber, you get a little bit of floral. I've smelled this so many times because I've stayed in Luxor more than any place in Vegas. This just makes me think of there. It's exotic. You're on vacation. It's not supposed to smell like everyday life does. That's how I look at it. Next, Visions in the Desert. Inspired by the Mirage, which is not going to be the Mirage anymore come the latter part of this year. It's going to be turned into the Hard Rock. And actually, the Cirque du Soleil show, The Beatles' Love, that has been in the Mirage forever, is closing in July. And we were going to go, but we ended up not getting tickets. Although we probably could still get one. But, I've seen O. It's really good. So if you're going to Vegas in the next month, see O. Not O. We're going to see O. I was thinking. See Love. It's called Love. See it. If you haven't seen it, if you're going to Vegas in the next month, it's about the Beatles. It's about that revolution time, that, bell-bottom jeans and big hair and peace and sunflowers. And it's a beautiful production. It really is. So the Mirage. I've stayed in the Mirage. The Mirage is actually my favorite resort on the Strip. This is the lobby scent. Inspired by the Mirage Resort lobby scent. Summer warmth and golden tans can be found with this tropical blend of fresh coconut and caramelized bananas, filling the air above the sweet aromas of vanilla cream and tonka bean. I think this one was called Summer Tan from Sassy Girl. So this is truly caramelized bananas, coconut, sunscreen, island, just all that vibe. Because when you go into the Mirage, it's supposed to be like, you're on an island, and it's the Mirage. It's something in the middle of somewhere that's a beautiful oasis. I mean, you go in, you have a huge glass dome. They have like a mini rainforest right in the middle of it, and I loved the smell of the Mirage. And I will go in there because I didn't go in there last time we were there. I will go in there and smell one last time, because who knows if Hard Rock's going to change the scent. They might have already done so. I don't know. But when you go into the lobby, there's a huge, ginormous, long fish tank behind the concierge and the check-in place. Where that is where this scent is piped out of. And then when you go into the other resort, the main resort, where the machines and the elevators and stuff are to go, up to your rooms, that is a different, heavier, richer, more warm tropical fragrance. This is more coconut, island, creaminess. Okay, Weston. This one does not have the notes on it, so I'm probably not even going to describe this one, because these ones, all I know is Weston has tea in it. I think it's white tea. If you like white tea, you'd like Weston. And finally, last one is Putting on the Ritz. Inspired by the signature scent of Ritz-Carlton Resort Laguna in Nogales, California. Bergamot, ambrosia, apple, green foliage, jasmine, and white sandalwood. So, this one is heavy in the jasmine and the greenery with a little bit of sandalwood. That's the best I can do with that one. So my samples, and then this video's a wrap. It's a long one, baby. Cali Comfort. I think this is strawberry pound cake and boardwalk marshmallow clouds. And this is nice. It's not an overpowering scent. I've warmed this several times. It's creamy boardwalk marshmallow clouds with a little bit of strawberry. That's that one. Watermelon Sugar High has a few notes in it, but it's basically, I think it's watermelon and strawberry, if I'm not mistaken, but it's damn good. Damn good. Nice for this time of year. And finally, Dream Weaver. Today is October 3rd. This is lavender cream, bread, and today is October 3rd. There's more to Dream Weaver, but I don't remember right now what's in it. Dream Weaver is dominant in this. I love Dream Weaver. Okay, this video is done. Thank goodness, I know. This is multiple RTSs together, and I'm going to film my customs video probably tomorrow because it's late now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't be afraid to request blends that you want to see. And if they can get it made, they'll do it. And if they're out of an oil or whatever, I think they'll start telling us when that time comes. I'm not sure, but maybe. So just don't be afraid. If you see something you want, or experiment, put those oils down and request it, because you never know. Your wild card might be your favorite. So hope everyone has a good weekend ahead. I'll see you soon in some videos, and have a good evening.